Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks, The State of Our World on Tuesday, September 29th, 2020. So, what is it? Let's see if we can find out, okay? Alright. Now, as of earlier this evening, we had 7,215,972 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in the United States. And we also had 206,972 people who have passed away from this virus in the U.S. The worldwide fatality number is now up to, I think, about 1 million people, a million poor souls. So, as we've mismanaged it, President Trump and his administration have failed to manage this properly by not mandating wearing of masks from the very beginning, whenever you go out, whenever you're among people, and practicing social distancing. Only go out when you have to go, like to the drugstore, the doctor, or the grocery store, and also fail to use the resources of the federal government to procure all the personal protective equipment and hospital equipment needed to conquer this virus, and also to acquire all the good tests needed to test everybody, and everyone tests positive, trace their contacts, any of those contacts test positive, trace their contacts, anyone who tests positive, isolate that person, quarantine them, and get that well. And none of that happened. We believe the virus originated in China, and it traveled to the U.S., to the West Coast and the East Coast in some ways. And it's not the China virus, it's a worldwide virus, pandemic. And when Trump ignored it and failed to acknowledge it, it became the American virus. So we really have to get a handle on this. Someone has to take over for Trump and manage this, because 1 million plus 7 million plus confirmed cases in the U.S. and 206,000 fatalities in the U.S. is not acceptable. One fatality is unacceptable. So we have to protect our first responders, our healthcare workers, our essential workers, our those living in nursing homes, assisted living homes, and veterans homes, those who do not have a home but live on the street, and those who are in detention centers seeking asylum, those in jails and prisons, those who are farm workers, agricultural workers, all vulnerable groups of people who have to be protected. So wear a mask, practice social distancing, and only go out when you have to. And let your elected leaders know at the city, state, county, federal level what you think. You want them to do something. We have a real problem here. We have to conquer this, and we have to have real discipline, no parties, no trips to the beach or the amusement park. Schools should stay closed till it's safe to open. Schools are becoming a breeding ground for this disease, and we do not want to endanger the teachers, the staff, and the students. Students should learn virtual learning using computers and the internet, and it's the responsibility of the government to provide every student in the U.S. with a device to use, a computer, and high-speed internet. That's what has to be done. So, we also still have problems with racism. We're still protesting over the murder of George Floyd at the hands of a white police officer in Minnesota. We're also protesting the murder of Breonna Taylor in her own home by detectives in Louisville, Kentucky, just breaking into her home with a no-knock warrant. And those detectives have been found to be completely innocent. We also have a problem with Native Americans on the reservations, susceptible to the virus. we have an election coming up on November 3rd. People are voting early. We have the post office. Trump is trying to destroy the post office with his appointee, DeGioia, and because he figures no one can mail in their ballots and he doesn't know, then he can stay in office. We have to protect the post office, restore it to what it was before they started messing around with it, and we have to make sure that everyone has the right to vote and access to voting. So make sure you're registered. Find out about the issues and candidates on your ballot. Very, very, very important. Now, we talk about a lot of different things. Talk about some social issues. One thing I'd like to talk about that caught my attention recently, the United Nations, UNICEF, has put out a little something to share, and it deals with the question they ask is, can you find the toilet? When nature calls, we are lucky to have somewhere to go, but for billions of people, that's right, billions, it's not so easy. To show how hard it can be, we have a challenge for you. Can you find the toilet? Play our game to see how long it can take in different parts of the world. And it's a very interesting game. It talks about people living in refugees camps, people in rural areas. I'm going to put that onto where I post this video, and you could try it for yourself. You might learn something. We have a population in the world of about 6 billion people, and if billions do not have access to a bathroom, that is not good. So, that being said, let's, I want you to play this game, find the toilet. Now how about a little, I want you to stay safe, take care of yourself and others, and I want to sing a song. And what song are we going to sing? Well, that's a good question. I am thinking of a song. Let's see. Let's do, alright, here we go. Alright, here we go. Alright, I'm going to sing a simple song. Actually, it's a song I wrote. It's not too long. Here we go. I come from a world of woe, a world of pity, but of hope no. Oh why can't those eyes see? Eyes that can see must not be. This world has no ears, this world has no tears, for the wretched, for deprived years. Oh, listen, listen, oh, please do, as I make my prayer to you, a prayer of despair, a prayer that is fair, for a world that cannot care. I will pray that perhaps someday man of poor means might even say, the world is pretty, the world is bright, the world is in harmony, the world has no blight. But how can that be from the world that I see? For a world such as this will never know bliss. Okay, I hope you like that. Actually, the name of the song is Woe. I actually wrote that several years ago. It started as a poem, and I decided to change it, turn it into a song. Thank you for tuning in this evening of Tuesday, September 29, 2020, for a meeting with Carol Ann Speaks, The State of Our World. I hope you'll come back and join us again tomorrow evening. So I want you to stay safe, take care of yourself and others, and remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe. See ya.